How you doing? This is Mari Cruz, bringing you the gap between the rich and the poor, coming for the great state of Texas. And I want to talk to you about The Science of Getting Rich by Bob Proctor. So I don't have the link right now, but soon, we will be opening the class for The Science of Getting Rich. And I want to talk about this because it's very important class on how you can learn how you can change your mindset to actually follow the law of attraction and attract money and wealth to you. But before I talk to you about that, please subscribe, hit the bell icon, and share if you're interested in learning more about making money tips. I talk about crypto, anything about making money online, and crypto bot trading. So I don't have really how you call it, a link right now, but in the next couple of days, I'm gonna add the link to the description box on this video, and then you can actually get in the class for The Science of Getting Rich by Bob Proctor. So let me tell you a little bit about The Science of Getting Rich, because a great secret has been passed throughout the centuries. It was coveted, lost, stolen, hidden, and bought for vast sums of money as it continued its journey, being passed from one to another. Those who received the knowledge of the secret were fortunate indeed, for without exception, those men and women have become renowned as the greatest people to have ever lived. I don't know if you're interested in that, but I think I am very, very interested in this. So, what are the 7 principles in the science of getting rich? Okay. The Science of Getting Rich is a book by Wallace D. Wattles in 1910. This was the same book that inspired Rhonda Byrne to create the movie The Secret. And Bob Proctor has been basically promoting this way of thinking, this way of this law of attraction. So basically, the secret I used to ask and receive an $8,000 raise in wages while working full-time as an employee in 2006. How I went from sinking in debt, only earning $1,000 per month in 2010, to earning $9,583 monthly only 12 months later. This is not by investing, saving money, or cutting budgets, because I know there's a lot more to creating wealth that isn't being taught. First principle in the science of getting rich is this. It's also the starting point of all creation. In Waters' own words, a human being is a thinking center and can originate thought. All the forms that a person fashions with his hands must first emerge from his thought. He cannot shape a thing until he has thought that thing. So thought is the starting point. Thought is the starting point of all creation. Simple enough, right? So it goes like this. Your thoughts leads to your feelings lead to your actions, and your actions lead to your results. Shown another way, thoughts, feelings, actions equal results. Let me repeat that again. Thoughts, feelings, actions equal results. You might be thinking, I heard that before, but here's the point that many people miss. Just consider this question. What thoughts are you holding in your mind right now? Many people will say that they understand this principle, but then turn a blind eye without realizing they are holding their current results in mind. If you want new results, you got to start by thinking them first. If you want results, you got to start by thinking them first. Hold different results in mind. Start by choosing the thought or intention you want to hold in mind. This intention must be embedded in your subconscious mind. You can do this by setting 5 minutes aside every day to affirm and think these new thoughts. Thinking is the most difficult work to do. There is no labor from which most people shrink as they do from that of sustained and consecutive thought. It is the hardest work in the world. This is especially true when truth is contrary to appearances. Every appearance in the visible world tends to produce a corresponding form in the mind, which observes it. This can only be prevented by holding the thought of truth. And what does that mean exactly? It means to hold in your mind the results you want, regardless of what appearances are indicated in your outer world right now. It means to hold the thought of $10,000 in your bank account when you only have 10 in your own account and you're in deep debt. It means to hold the thought of health and well-being when you're sick and in the hospital. It means to hold the thought of love and rich relationships when you're single and alone. This isn't easy at first. It is the hardest work in the world, but with proper training and understanding, it can be done. Anyone can do this when they start working with the powers of the mind. Principle 2, how riches come to you. This is the second principle in the science of getting rich. Okay, it should be taught in schools and companies everywhere because it bears such great importance to earning money. You cannot give a person more in cash value than you take from him, but you can give him more in use value, the cash value of the thing you take from him. This is the way I like to think of this principle. Let's say you have $100 to spend, but before you spend that money, you want to make sure that you get a good return on your investment, that you get more return for the $100 you give. So it goes that you most likely spend that money with someone, only and only if you get a ton of great value in return. The same applies with how you earn money. Let's say your employer or business is paying you $50,000 per year as a salary right now. In order to receive that $50,000, you must provide more than this amount in value to your employer. If you provide less than $50,000 of value to your employer, then you will get paid less. Now, what if you want to earn $100,000 every year? Then you must provide more than $100,000 worth of value to your employer. Here's another way to think about it. The person paying you wants more in return than the money they pay you because they want a good return on their investment in you. They will not give you more money than the use value you provide for them. If you want to get paid more, you must provide more use value. Do this and money will flow to you. So what is this use value? Use value is defined by what is useful for the person you serve. Here's an example. If someone loves hockey and they are Canadian, when they walk into the sporting goods store, they always look at the hockey sticks. They say the salesperson approaches them and intends to sell them one of their tennis rackets for the 150. That tennis racket could be the best racket in the world, but it has little value to them because they're not interested in tennis. They don't even play tennis. The person loves hockey, so hockey sticks are different. If the same salesperson approaches this person to sell them a hockey stick, then this person will listen. It is much easier sale for the salesperson because in their mind, hockey sticks are worth more to them and they have a greater value to them. So how to increase your use value? And this is what I did when I left my job and why I was able to move from employee to consultant within the same company. If you want to earn more money, then you want to stop thinking of yourself and start thinking of what is useful to others. Start thinking about the people you serve, employer or business clients, and think about how you can serve them better. In other words, ask yourself, how could I provide more value to the company of my clients? One way you might do this is by looking for specific problems they're having and helping them solve these problems. When you solve problems for other people, you create more value for them. Working in a job works the same way. The bigger the problems you help your employer solve, the more you get paid. Now, here are some questions you can ask yourself. What are some of the major problems of your company? What problems is the CEO having at the company? How can you help him or her solve those problems? An even better approach would be to ask the CEO what their biggest problems are and how you might help. If you ask people what they want, they usually tell you. And there's no better way to earn more money for by helping other people solve their biggest concerns, issues, and problems. If you want to earn more money, stop thinking about yourself and start helping others. This applies to business and job. Giving always precedes receiving. Act on that and money will always flow. Principle three is an attitude of gratitude. Gratitude is an attitude. Our friend Wallace Waters says that a lack of gratitude actually slows down and inhibits the creative process. It actually pushes conditions, circumstances, and people away from you instead of attracting them towards you. The moment you permit your mind to dwell with dissatisfaction upon things as they are, you begin to lose ground. You fix attention upon the common, the poor, the squalid, and the mean, and your mind takes the form of these things. You will then transmit these forms of mental images to the formless. Thus, the common, the poor, the squalid, and the mean will come to you. So, when you feel grateful, you start to notice what is good in your life. And when you start noticing what is good in your life, more good comes to you. Being grateful is not only an attitude, it is essential to living the creative process. Anytime you feel depressed or doubtful, look towards gratitude because gratitude leads to belief. The grateful mind continually expects good things and expectation becomes faith. Thinking of gratitude as the fuel to create positive new beliefs. As you focus your attention on what is good, you develop a positive expectation. This expectation manifests into even greater expectations and eventually into the strong new belief. Gratitude, expectation, belief. Therefore, the starting point to all belief is gratitude. You want to be thankful for every good fortune that comes into your life. The more grateful you focus your mind, the more abundantly you will be rewarded. Principle four, thinking a certain way. There is a lot to be said about thinking a certain way. Thinking a certain way is knowing that your experiences and actions are generated from the predominant thoughts you think. The creative power within us make us into the image of that which we give our attention. Once you know and understand this, you no longer worry or fuss about the little things in life. You don't become frustrated and victimized by others in your environment because you realize that you are the cause of your environment. So there's a cause and effect type of thing. And when you begin to understand how to think a certain way, you will understand that your inner and outer world are only one world, and that your inner world is in fact at the cause of the outer world. This is a mastery of thinking in a certain way. If a farmer wants crops of corn, then he sows corn seeds. Just as someone who wants more money and wealth must sow thoughts of wealth and abundance. Doubt, worry, and disbelief. Every hour and moment that you spend in giving heed to doubts and fears, every hour you spend in worry, every hour in which your soul is possessed by unbelief, sets a current away from your thought, from you, through the whole domain of intelligent substance. You see, the person who worries has not mastered their life. They are not thinking in a certain way, but someone who has mastered their life does think in a certain way, and that someone doesn't have thoughts of doubt. They have thoughts of expectation and good things to come. So, how you start thinking this way? Thoughts are the starting point of all your results. One of the most powerful ways that I have found to rewire subconscious beliefs and begin thinking a certain way is with a 30-day visualization. As a sailor has the port toward which he is sailing in his mind, you must have a clear mental picture continually in your mind. You must keep your face toward it at all times. Take 5 minutes every day and visualize the life you desire. This process done repeatedly every day is so powerful to intentionally manifest your life. The secret to become masterful at visualization is by repetition. Your persistence in this exercise is so important and it takes as little as 5 minutes each day. Principle 5, how to use your will. Your will is one of the most important tools in developing the powers of your mind. Developing and harvesting your mind intentionally is one of the greatest skills you can learn in this lifetime to become a deliberate creator. So, here's what Waddle said: to set about getting rich in a scientific way, you do not try to apply your willpower to anything outside of yourself. To get rich, you need only to use your willpower upon yourself. So, what is the purpose of your will? This is a mute point for some people because they try to control people, circumstances, and conditions in their environment, when in fact, this is one of the great paradigms in life. Instead of trying to control everything around you, start by managing your own thoughts and feelings. Start by managing your attention by first becoming aware of what you're thinking and feeling. Then focus your attention on what you really want and truly desire as if already you have it. And from this place, the perfect conditions, circumstances, and people will align themselves with you. And that's where the will comes in. Your will is meant to guide your thoughts and feelings once you know what you want. So, how do you use the will? When you know what you want, use your will and consciously direct your attention so that you focus on your outcome. So, I mentioned a very powerful exercise to become a deliverer creator, the 30-day visualization. So, start doing this every 5 minutes every day. That is what the will is for. It's meant to help you plant new thoughts in your subconscious. Do this for 5 minutes every day, and eventually you will have a mental picture buried deep within your subconscious that will motivate and move you towards greater wealth and prosperity. You must fix your attention upon your mental picture of riches, to the exclusion of all that may lend to dim or obscure your vision. So here's another way to visualize. When visualizing your outcome, focus on what it will feel like to have more money in abundance in your life. Not just the money. It's the feeling of abundance that attracts more wealth and abundance. Principle 6: acting in certain way. As you think in a certain way, the universe creates forms of the things you want. By your action, you receive them. The law of attraction works with your action. Action on your part is required to attract what you want. It's another way of thinking it. As you move towards your goal moves towards you. And when you stop moving, your goal stops moving too. You stop attracting your goal when you stop thinking and acting in a certain way. Your action completes the law of attraction. Just look at the last 6 letters of the word action. By thought, the thing you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. Mhm. How to get into, well, principle 7, the impression of increase. Ever since the Big Bang, the universe has been expanding. It continues to expand, and scientists continue to measure this expansion by observing the brightness of the supernova. This expansion is inherent in the universe and in all things. Expansion is a part of everything in nature and everything around you. You're also expanding. We are all are. The desire for increase is inherent in all nature. It is the fundamental impulse of the universe. All human activities are based on the desire for increase. People are seeing more food, more clothes, better shelter, more luxury, more beauty, more knowledge, more pleasure, more life. So the law of expansion is very important to this science of getting rich. If we're going to understand the impression of increase, you also have to understand the law of expansion. Basically, it says that all things are naturally growing and expanding. A babe will normally learn how to walk by the time it becomes 1 year old. The babe doesn't give up and think this is too much work and I better quit. The babe keeps growing until it learns how to walk, until it gets it. It's the underlying force, the law of expansion that is in each and every one of us. It is part of who we are. This expansion, this invisible force, works geometrically in all directions and then in all areas of our lives. So, this impression of increase, you have a desire to be, do, and have more, and therefore are attracted to people who are these things. You're attracted to the people who are advancing. And if you're advancing, others will be attracted to you. All great leaders understand that in order to be successful, they have to be surrounded by great people. And the way they do that is by attracting them. You can surround yourself with great people by attracting them into your life, and it starts with you. You see, the more you enjoy your own company, the more others will enjoy yours, and the more attracted you become. If you do this one exercise, it will enhance your attractiveness. So if you're not networking with the right kind of people, whoever you surround yourself affects more than what you think. So I've been 11 months now with Affiliate Triad, a company that is a membership of Done for Your Affiliate program, where I met a lot of very important people. And this 11 months in my life, since January 11 till now, has been putting me with the right people. And this has attracted money. It has changed my mindset and all kinds of other things. And it's been very interesting. This has been the best year of my life. And that's a lot to say. And I'm almost 50 years old. So the best year of my life. Because my mindset has changed. And by me thinking, it has become true. So how do we acknowledge others? Think of 5 people in your life that you would like to thank. Write their names down on a piece of paper and spend the rest of the day thanking each one of these people. You can thank them for being in your life, for being a good friend, for something specific that they did, or for just being there for you when you needed them the most. It doesn't matter what it is. Just thank them personally or publicly and appreciate them. If you do this, you will like yourself so much more, and others will too. It's this attractiveness that puts the impression of increase into overdrive so that you can attract more of what you want. To master your life, become a master creator. Learn and apply the science of getting rich principles. It's changed my life and I can change yours. So there's a popular question about SGR, the science of getting rich. Rightfully so, this question about the science of getting rich has surfaced more than once from readers. So, in the spirit of sharing and providing more use value, here's a question in response to that question. The first question is this: Waters states that whomever seeks to be rich using his method must focus only on his book and teachings. I'm sure that people like Bob Proctor, featured teacher on The Secret, and others who teach this principle feel the same way about this. If that's the case, why would I purchase or download any other material from other teachers if Waddles is suggesting that I only focus on? If you found Waddles' message incomplete, like I did, then you'll find yourself looking to learn from others. That is one of the reasons I created this. I'm talking about this here, his teachings. When Waddles suggested that you only need to focus on his book and teachings, I believe he did so for your own benefit. He knew that thinking was the starting point to all creation, and that by reading books or other subjects, you may in fact inhibit the creative process. As an example, think of the popular question posed by Albert Einstein. The most important question a person can ask is the universe a friendly place? In other words, is the universe for you or against you? Think about that one. Your answer tells your entire life story. One belief brings you in abundance of luck and prosperity, and the other brings you a lifetime of misery. You are co-creating every minute of every single day, and this state of creation is also a state of knowing. What is called is thinking and acting in a certain way. He did not want you to fill your mind with thoughts that negated the SGR principles because he didn't want you to fill your mind with beliefs that were against your creative genius. So I hope that this actually helps you in understanding a little bit of the science of getting rich. And before I go, let me see, there's something else that I wanted to say here. I'm going to do a summary. But basically, this is going to be open soon, guys. And if you want to learn, um, if you want to learn, oh, cool. Um, More about the science of getting rich, the course is going to open soon. It's an online course, and I can't actually tell you everything about it because it's long. But I just wanted you at least to understand what a little bit about the science of getting rich. Let me see. So I'm gonna go. Actually, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe, hit the bell, like, comment, and share. If you're new in my Facebook, please contact me if you want more information about the science of getting rich. My channel is about making money online anyway. Also, we deal with mindset, crypto investments using bot trading, and a bunch of more things. I have the Texas Texan flag behind me because I'm in Texas and I'm very proud of being here. So I'm gonna go, and this is Mari Cruz, bridging the gap between the rich and the poor, coming for the great state of Texas. Take care.